Today we're gonna make a massive butternut squash soup with the help of an oven. Let's start off by trimming the ends of the butternut squash, like this. This way it'll make it a little bit easier when we start peeling the skin off it. This is a tough bad boy. Look at that. There we go. Got one piece there. Let's turn this around because I'm a righty. I don't want to cut the opposite way. I'm cutting about an inch off the end. Oh. Normally, because this butternut squash is so enormous, I would cut it down the middle to make it a lot easier to peel. But for the sake of this video and the drama, I'm gonna peel it all in one piece. Oh boy, look at that. Now, when you're peeling it, you wanna make sure that you get to the yellow part. You don't want it to be white. This is an example, bigger is not better. So let's start off by cutting this here in half. Ooh, that is hard to cut. Oh man, you gotta put your back into it. Oh boy, this is hard. Stay safe, don't cut your fingers off. We're gonna cut these into a bunch of little cubes. This way, whether you cook it in an oven or in a pot, the smaller the pieces, the easier it is. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. It makes this task a lot easier. I like them to be about, an inch in size max. I just finished chopping up half of this ginormous butternut squash, and I still have so much left over. I'm gonna just use what I chopped up here. I'm gonna keep this for tomorrow. We're gonna make two different types of soups. One, I'll prepare it in the oven, while the other one, I'll prepare it on the stove. We have one onion here. You don't need to dice them finely. You could just chop them up nice and roughly. Here we go, chop it. Just gonna remove the skin here. Roughly chop it up. Doesn't need to be super fine. Just like that is good enough. Because we're preparing the garlic in the oven, there's no need to chop it up very finely. All you gotta do is peel it and throw it in the oven. Now, to make things easier for your cleanup process, I suggest you get yourself some parchment paper and place it on your baking tray. So let's start off with our onions. I'm gonna place my garlic. And let's not forget the butternut squash. Oh yeah, there we go. We sure have a lot. Now you're gonna add some olive oil. Don't be shy. I got some sea salt here and some black pepper. And now just mix it up. So now let's place this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. You'll know it's ready once you take your fork and you poke it into the butternut squash and it's nice and soft and tender. Just put everything into a pot like that. We're gonna add about 4 cups of chicken broth. And now I like to use an immersion blender to mix it all together. Now you can add some cinnamon and your nutmeg. So make sure when you're done using your immersion blender that you use a wooden spoon to mix it all up to remove any air pocket. Now add about a cup of cream to give it some more richness. Now make sure you mix it nicely so the cream's well incorporated into the soup, and now it's ready to serve. Let's have a taste. Simple and delicious. If you enjoyed this recipe, please check out my other great videos. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and give it a like. It won't cost you anything.